Hey guys, it's Stephen here, back with another video. Manchester City have just beat Crystal Palace 2-0 in a hugely important game that we desperately needed those 3 points, but we got them despite the very weird, strange team. If you wonder where I am, by the way, I'm away for my dad's 60th. They're all sat over there watching me as I film this video, which is kind of weird, but I'm doing it anyway. Also, I want to say thank you to OneFootball as ever for sponsoring this channel. They continue to support me and they continue to be absolutely excellent. It's your home and Manchester City news, transfers, updates, and all that kind of stuff, and absolutely loads of stats about today's game. You can see all the detail, which is quite a statistical dominance if we're being totally honest. So go and download it in the link in the description below. It's absolutely fantastic. It's free. And it's about Manchester City, so what more do you need than that? So go download it. Right, that was a big win. That was a much needed win. After everything recently, I only caught about 20 minutes of the first half, and a small part of me when I saw the lineup, which weirdly I actually predicted back in September, jokingly, I tweeted, I can't wait for Rodri and Fernandinho centre back with Gundogan number 6, not expecting it to actually happen, but it did. But when I saw the lineup today, given the fact that we played no real players who want to defend. We played 2 midfielders and 2 attacking fullbacks. I thought, what is he doing here? Is he gone like Pep Guardiola? And I was kind of a bit nervous about the game, so a small part of me was kind of relieved not to watch the first bit. But then we started watching it anyway, and City were pretty good. Honestly, I thought they were genuinely good. It's all about context. Given the circumstances at the moment, all we actually needed is 3 points. We didn't really need to win with style or grace or anything like that. We just needed to win. And if we played well, that was a bonus. And I think we did. Obviously, at some points, Crystal Palace were going to have some chances. We're going to have some shots because obviously it's quite a makeshift back and forward and all that kind of stuff. And Palace are at 6 at the moment. Well, they were at the start of this game anyway. I don't know, were they actually? I don't know because I didn't see the results today, but they were going into this weekend. So they're a good team with some good players at a ground that we don't like visiting. So they're going to have some chances. And that was a given. But all that mattered to me is I wanted to see signs of a response after that diabolical performance last time out. And we definitely got that. And the most important thing for me was the character. Like, we played a very surprising team. As I said before, Mendy and Cancelo, the 2 most attacking fullbacks. No Zinchenko, no Kyle Walker. And then we played Rodri and Fernandinho. No one saw that coming. Ederson obviously in goal. Gundogan number 6, which is preferred which is his preferred position. I'm tired today. Kevin De Bruyne and David Silva in midfield with Bernardo Silva, Gabriel Jesus, No Aguero, and Raheem Sterling. It was a very, very experimental lineup, but largely it worked, you know, apart from a few sloppy moments, which I think is understandable given the shape and given the system. And there's also a couple of moments where like Fernandinho had a head injury, so that could have slowed him down a little bit. Apart from a few like kind of shaky spells, and there's a bit towards the end, I thought we were largely excellent. We should have scored more, of course, but as I said earlier, it's about context. And what really impressed me today is seeing the return of Manchester City as a possession-based team. Now, I know we always play that well, play that style at least, but recently we've seen our possession percentages drop more and more and more, and that isn't the Manchester City that we know, and it isn't the Manchester City that makes us tick. And today we saw us pinging balls around. We played 1-2s out of defence. We were keeping the ball for 40, 50 passes. Probably not that many, but it felt that way. And it felt like we were watching a Manchester City that was confident again in the system. Now, maybe having all those midfielders on the pitch helped to that, and he probably definitely did, and having De Bruyne back and having fullbacks that were confident. Well, I think that definitely helped the system, but it was good to see it. It was also good to see like the return of the high press. Obviously, playing fullbacks that can bomb forward with a bit of pace and energy, and having Gabriel Jesus, who's got loads of energy, Sterling and Bernardo, who are masters at closing down when they want to be, and De Bruyne's energy in midfield. We were actually closing together as a team, and we were winning the ball back high up, and we created so many chances for not just creating good moments, but actually capitalising on their mistakes by forcing the issue. And we've stopped doing that recently, and it was just so good to see that actually back in action. It was a good performance. I want to give a very big shout out to Ederson. As brilliant as he is, as we know, with the ball at his feet, his reflex saves today. One particular moment when he kind of reached a Benteke header, I think it was Benteke, and he palmed onto the crossbar, absolutely spellbinding, and he was so good playing little 1-2s out of defence and his usual reliable self with the ball at his feet. Fantastic. In my opinion, he was the man of the match today. There's a few good contenders. I was really, really reassured to see Mendy put in 90 minutes. He looked pretty good, and given how good Zaha is, him and Cancelo did a very good job at basically keeping him quiet for most of the game. There was also a worrying moment when he got a bit of a knock, so I thought, right, is he going to go off injured? Is he going to kind of have a kind of sign. He was limping a little bit, but then he came out in the second half and he played the whole 90 minutes. And I thought he looked sharp. He looked strong defensively. He's not obviously at his very best yet, but it's good to see that he is actually pretty good defensively when he's focused. I don't think he's anywhere near as bad as people make it out to be. And he's obviously looking a lot more fitter with every single game. And hopefully we got our man back. Cancelo, I thought was good, you know. There's one or two moments where he actually tackled Zaha. He was obviously a danger man. I was really impressed with his commitment. Going forward, we know he's very good. He should have had an assist for Raheem Sterling, who spooned a very decent chance wide with a great cutback from Cancelo. But I thought it was a good game for him. It's going to be hard for Walker at the moment, which is a bit of a shame because Walker's a great player, but it's a good problem to have. Fernandinho and Rodri in midfield, not midfield. That should be midfield, but it was in defence. I was really impressed, to be honest. Genuinely impressed. They weren't perfect, of course, but why would they be perfect? It's not their usual position, so some mistakes are understandable. But they both read the game so well. And given the kind of anxiety we've had recently at the back, watching those two just be sensible and just make like actual rational decisions was genuinely reassuring. They're all laughing at something over there watching. It's putting me off big time. My family are just sat there, which is kind of weird. Stop it. Stop. Grow up. Don't be children. Laughing at things. Anyway, but I thought they were pretty good. In midfield, Gundogan is so much more comfortable as a number 6. I like Gundogan, but going forward as a number 8, he just doesn't have the maybe dynamism. He's so much better when he's facing the goal and he can see people in front of him. And I thought he was good today. Played some lovely passes. Couldn't have an assist as well. De Bruyne somehow hitting the post from a kind of like scooped header. It was a good performance. De Bruyne was effective. Wasn't brilliant, but he was effective. David Silva the same, I would say. De Bruyne, having him back on the pitch, is so obvious how much space he draws from opposition players. He was great. And Bernardo as well. It was so good to see Bernardo back to the energy levels that we usually associate with him because he's tireless when he's at his very best. And today I thought we saw a bit of that. And he got a delightful, obviously, assist for Gabriel Jesus' goal. Sterling as well. Apart from his finishing, which was Sterling of 2 seasons ago, I thought he was really good. What an assist for David Silva. That scooped ball was almost like Ronaldinho-esque. It was so good. His movement and his general work rate was good, but it's just his finishing let him down today, which is a bit of a shame, but we'll let him off. Yeah, he's kind of got into a bit of a running battle with Ward, who should have got a booking as well, but nonsense. Also, De Bruyne, I forgot to mention, should have had a penalty. VAR, once again, being absolutely farcical. Like, Zaha pushed him, should have been a penalty. Referee bottled it. Then 2 minutes later, gave a free kick against Ayew for pushing someone as well. I was like, what is the difference? Useless. Gabriel Jesus through the middle, I thought was absolutely excellent until one moment. But we'll go to that in a second. But other than that, I was so impressed with his dynamism, his work rate, his performance. One thing about him at the moment, he looks so much more assured and so much more confident in his skin. You can tell that he's got someone actually close to him now living with him because he's always been a big family man and he hasn't played quite the same level when he hasn't had people around him. But now he's got a girlfriend and all that. He's happy in Manchester. He looks so much more at home in his skin. And today I thought he led the line really well. Seriously, Aguero's got a bit of a fight to get back into the team. Not too much because he's Sergio Aguero, but I was so happy with his performance. And the goal as well, a beautiful header. One little bit of moment as well when he kind of played a 1-2, I think it was Bernardo, and got a kind of snapshot off with his left foot. Lovely. And even the way he created the chance, but he should have passed, was really nice. But that pass should have been made to Kevin De Bruyne, which would have made it 3-0, and it would have made game over. But I can't really criticise him too much. I think he'll get better at that, hopefully, because he is young. But I thought it was a really good performance. Overall, I'm just happy with the performance. I'm happy with the character from the team, because that could have been an awful game. A lot of us were understandably really edgy about that, especially when you saw the team with so many experiments there. But that is why we got that beautiful bald bastard of a manager, Pep Guardiola, because he is fantastic. He sees things that others don't. Though I did tweet it first, gonna put it out there. He obviously never tweet there. He does see things that others don't, and he made it work. We had no right to make that work today, given the context, given the losses recently. So we've done our bit now in a must-win game, and it did become a must-win game. I know people say it's early on, but we were 8 points behind Liverpool at the start of this game. Now it's only 5, and who knows, United could perform some totally out-of-character miracle and get something against Liverpool tomorrow, and all of a sudden the future would look a little bit rosier. As well, it was good to see John Stones get a few minutes back in defence, because we do need him. I know he's not perfect always, but the Rodri Fernandinho thing, as good as promising as it was today, it won't work constantly. At some point there will be mistakes, and at some point they'll lose the bottle there, and we just need them in midfield. So we shouldn't always rely on plan D and E and F and G, even though they may look good sometimes. There's a reason they are plan D, E and F and G. So having John Stones back could be a massive boost. I think it was quite a really good sign seeing back on the pitch. Fingers crossed. That's not just a kind of false dawn. Hopefully he'll be back now in the starting lineup from next week onwards, because we do need him there. Generally, guys, I'm really happy with that. It wasn't like a classic, but it was an entertaining game. We could have had loads more goals. We missed quite a few chances, which is typical of this Manchester City team, but we got the job done. Crystal Palace are a good team, and we could have drawn that or dropped points today. I know Ederson had to make a few saves, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, just some kind of brief thoughts there in the game. Let me know in the comments what you thought of that. Go and download OneFootball below. I think tomorrow or probably Monday I'll be back, not in the middle of nowhere, filming a video in a very dark room with everyone sat around awkwardly watching me. Guys, everyone wish my dad happy 60th birthday. It was a few days ago in the comments below. If you've watched this far, say happy birthday, Dad. I don't want wait to himself. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. There we go. Subscribe, comment, like, and I'll see you all soon. There, they don't want to show it, but like, bye.